Get to making with jive, boy. Stay shy. When it hits you, yeah.
What we're paying attention to is what's going on right here, and it is on a delay. Okay, so that is, oh, and the hair, well, maybe I'll just leave the hair up. Let's see, put the glasses on for effect, right? Even though I do need them, but anyway. So, okay, so we're on screen. Let me check and see how well I can hear you. So start talking.
Hello?
Well, I need for you to talk a little bit more than that, Justin. You're gonna, and I would love for you to talk to me, but I need for you to also start talking to the camera. So
right there?
Yeah, you need, yeah, you're gonna need to learn how to. I know it is difficult a lot of times when you're having a conversation. You want to turn and face me.
Yeah.
You're going to have to learn to. And this is my co-host today. Today I have a co-host on the Bougie Duchess. My co-host today is Justin Meyers, former student of Pierce College. Did you graduate?
Yes,
You
I did.
graduate with honors? Oh, okay.
Semi-honors.
Semi-honors. And I met him on campus years ago in the GSA, Gay Straight Alliance, correct? Yeah. Okay. So that's how I met Justin. Justin Meyers, former student at Pierce College. I'm checking to see if I can hear him. Graduate with honors? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear me a little.
Okay. Can hear him well. Project your voice.
Hello.
I worked on stage for decades, so my voice automatically projects really well. You might need to scoot your chair a little bit closer towards the mic. I can sit as far away, and I can sit anywhere in the room, and nobody ever tells me that they have not heard me. Okay, so now let me try and get Elizabeth Strother, and in the room along with Professor McKeever. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to copy this, and here we go. I'm going to, okay, so let's go to, okay, James, put your finger on the right key, James, McKeever, come on, there he is. All right. And so now I just go to his page, and I invite him to join us. Please join the discussion. And then Control V, and then there he is. He'll be able to see it, and it's going on live. And so now I'm going to post that. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to go back to Elizabeth Strother. And there she is. She's the first one to pop up. Of course she is. I love her. Okay. I can't post anything to her page, so I'm going to have to messenger her. Control V. There we go. Come on by. Click on the link. And she's active right now, so perfect. Let's see if James is active here.
Oh, she just saw it right now.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Okay. There he is. I don't think he's active right at the moment, but all right. Control V. All right. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be right back. I'm trying to get Professor McKeever on. Come on by. Okay, so there we go. Got that taken care of. All right, now let's go back here Close that. Close that. And now I gotta mute the volume. Gotta mute the volume. Alright, so this is what we're talking about. Welcome to the Bougie Duchess Live. My name is Francesca Oz. I, of course, am the Bougie Duchess. And this is my co-host today, Justin Meyers. Introduce yourself, Justin.
Hi.
There you go. And I met Justin when he was a student at Pierce College.
About 10 years?
No, it was about maybe about 8 years ago.
9 years ago.
Yeah. So, and we've been friends ever since. There were times that I tutored him in certain subjects.
Oh, yeah.
He's been a good friend and a confidant of mine for a very long time. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you doing? Welcome to a segment of the Bougie Duchess. And it happens every Sunday at noon without fail. My regular co-host is Cindy Davis. She's usually every other week. And then every other week I have a co-host come by and sit in and offer some type of assistance on the topics that we are going to be talking about today. And boy, have we got some interesting topics today. So let me get to the topics and see. So I have this little setup going where we're right in front of my computer screen, which is this huge 55-inch screen that sits in front of us. And so the topics today, it's about some imagery and artwork that's going on, that's on a campus. It's a campus that I graduated from and that you graduated from. And it has some strange depiction going on. And I don't really mind, the little colonial look or the what do you call that look? Where they're in the, they're in those caravans and they're going west.
Oh, yeah.
What was that? The camper look, the gypsy look, I don't know, the snake oil look.
Yeah.
I don't mind that so much. But what I do mind is there's some images that I posted in my little Hot Topics live ad. And one of them is
wow, that's a little bit inappropriate.
yeah, one of them is it looks like a native man of some type, carrying off this half-naked Caucasian woman, yes, and he's really brown and she's really white, and I don't think women dress like they have her dressed back. And of course he's carrying her and a shotgun, and
she looks scared.
She does look scared, and it's very, very, very questionable as to whether I would call this art. And it's sitting on Pierce campus. And then there's the fight of Peg Leg Smith. I think he's called Peg Leg because he's disabled in some kind of way with Big Bear Mighty Americans.
Sculptures by Old Trail?
No, Old Travis.
Old Travis.
Yes, that's the artist. But the thing that gets me about this is the depiction of the Native American with the vampire teeth. It looks like he's got vampire teeth,
it looks like the white man's trying to beat him on. Or they're fighting.
They're fighting, yeah. And then the final picture that I posted that doesn't really sit well with me are they look like Miss Kitties from Gunsmoke, the hooker saloon chicks that they have sitting on a park bench. And so that's one of the topics that we're going to be talking about today. Also, I noticed that we here in Los Angeles, all the 4th of July events were canceled.
Yeah.
But were they really canceled? I mean, last night I went to my rooftop and the entire night sky horizon was filled with fireworks.
Well, I feel like a lot of people also did it because they're all cooped up in their house and they wanted to feel like it was a holiday where everyone could get together. You know, people left and right were blowing up fingers, legs. It's really scary.
Yeah.
There's so many apartments.
We're lucky that they didn't just go get the gun.
I know.
You know?
There's so many fires in the valley in Los Angeles last night.
Palm trees, palm trees, yeah. I went to the rooftop. I was wondering how many palm trees was I going to see caught on fire. Now, I personally did not light off not one firework.
Me neither.
Because I don't do that. But, you know, I did watch. And then our final hot topic today, Kanye West for president. Woo! Can you believe it?
Oh, God.
and we're going to talk about the political ramifications. Did you do poli-sci while you were at Pierce? Oh, okay, so there we go.
Yeah.
So at least you'll be able to give some insight and input as to what you might think Kanye is really up to. Because I know he's a Trumpite. He's a friend of Trump, and I just think that what he's trying to do is pull votes, the younger vote, from Biden.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm hoping that, you know, the educated voter, the registered voter, will see this and dismiss it. But who knows? And does he really stand a chance? I mean, has he? He's running late in the race. Is he really registered? Is he? But anyway, so let's get back to our hot topics. And see, I really can't even. I would like to start posting a picture of this Native American art that's on Pierce campus. But what we've got going on around the country is, you know, with the Black Lives Matter movement. And, you know, I made the mistake, I did not know, I made the mistake earlier in the week saying all lives matter. And I did not know that this was a retort that is used to kind of dismiss
Yeah, that's what I learned too. I didn't
the
know
Black
that.
Lives Matter
I
movement.
never understood the difference.
Well, and, you know, and so now, you know, I get it, you know, and I'm looking to be a little bit more politically correct. So earlier in the week, I did offer an apology because, you know, ignorance is one thing, but to continue being ignorant and to continue being offensive, then you are showing a true color, a true nature about yourself. And for me, I do not wish to be that kind of person, you know. So I switched from the whole idea of all lives matter to every life matters, because I really do believe that. I believe that it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, whatever your deal is, if you're Puerto Rican, if you're mixed. I think everybody deserves the right to be heard, to be seen, to have equality. These I think are fundamental situations that need to really be discussed. And so when I discovered that these statues are on Pierce campus, my bleeding heart, my sober, clean heart, immediately went towards the Native American students that might be attending that school. What happens when they stumble across this artwork? What do they think?
Do we know when they were put in, the statues?
I don't know. That would be a good question to ask Elizabeth. So, Professor Strother, do you know? Yes, you can help yourself to some more coffee. Professor Strother, do you know when these statues were placed in on Pierce campus, or some of the backstory to it? Now, I do have an LA article that that gave some background detail about it. Oh, Emmanuel found out 1941.
Well,
So that's been a long time. That's been there a long time. They look old and
been there 79 years.
and without upkeep. Oh, that's very good, Justin, that you know the math. So Justin said 79 years.
Holy smokes.
He is a college graduate. So, so there we go. We have we have an idea of how long these statues have been there. Um, and now I know why they cannot.
Oh, 1981.
Oh,
Pierce
Los
College.
Angeles Pierce College got them in 1981. Now, how did
How did Pierce acquire them?
they were built in 1941, but placed
That Pierce.
at LAPC in 1981, I think. Now, what was the circumstances that they were being placed at Pierce College in 1981? That I don't understand.
The circumstance.
Yeah, the circumstances behind why they were transported to Pierce College. I thought that they were just always there, and Pierce College acquired the land that they were on, and just destroyed the bungalows and built the farm. That's what I kind of thought was happening with what was, that's what I thought. I don't know. So, oh, there's Professor McKeever to
Oh,
elementary
okay.
students as part of the campus tour.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And what was the mantra that they were using with elementary students? I would like to know what kind of garbage were they filling elementary kids' heads with when they were looking at this stuff?
They were part of an old valley, or perhaps Burbank Motel. They are considered folk art. Well, I can see folk art. And
Okay.
LAPC accepted them when they were being given away. LAPC wasn't there in 19... Well, it wasn't. So we acquired them fairly 1901.
They were at the
Oh,
artist's
okay.
house and declared a national monument. Okay, so can these national monuments be like moved somewhere else? I mean, my like I said, my biggest concern is what happens to the Native American student that stumbles across this particular piece of artwork. What do they think of the administration at Pierce College and what they're promoting? Also, the Fun in the Sun Day Camp was held daily right in that area. No one talked about the statues. Oh, of course not. It's the dirty little secret.
Now, do they give those statues? Do they give the statues that ambiance, or?
I don't know. When he died, he sold the house. They got a past president to take the statues when the house was sold. Yes, they moved them to us. Okay, so what is Pierce going to do with it?
Do we have another statue on campus?
I-
Yes, we do.
We do. We have the big bull on
Yeah,
campus.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
That was the only statue I was ever aware of. I never even knew any of this. Of course, back then I was obese, and so I didn't. I only trudged around the campus when I had to. The college does not provide any funding for maintenance. Instead, anonymous individuals reportedly provide upkeep of the statuary and surrounding landscape. After more than 30 years, the concrete on the mesh displays are decaying.
So it's basically.
May meet their final fate with the elements.
So it's,
Yay!
so it's one of those things, if you want to keep it up, you have to pay for it.
Yeah. Different place in 19. Definitely not diverse place that it is now. Well, I think the college. Thank you, Emma, for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was not diverse as much. Well, even though I wasn't born around then.
You weren't even born in 1981?
No, I was born in 1991.
Okay, so
Yeah, I was racially
we've got a lot of issues. What is the campus willing to do about this situation currently? Are they? I think I was speaking with Dr. Strother earlier in the week, and she did mention that maybe something needs to be said in the way that this is the way we used to think about people, but it's not appropriate, or we don't think this way about them anymore.
Oh yeah, there is a Valley
In my
Relics
humble-
Museum.
Other than a sledgehammer, is that someone should ask the Valley Relics Museum if they want them. Perhaps they should be something indicating that LAPC didn't want them because they are so offensive. I don't know how many people even know they're there. Once again, I mean, I was floored when Dr. McKeever had posted those pictures. I had no idea, no clue that those were there, and I was just so surprised. And I thought, oh my God, where were these things hidden, you know? A lot of them don't know they're there, but they do now.
But they should go to the Valley Relics Museum. I mean, they could restore them, and I mean, I don't know how it's necessarily part of Valley history, but
Well, you know, the thing of it is it's got that historical plaque. Today, many students are unaware of the location because it is generally not promoted and can be barely seen from El Rancho Drive as it is hidden by trees and a chicken brooder. There are conversations going on about getting rid of them on the administration end. Well, throw my vote in for having that done. You know, just as a graduate there and a former student, I don't think it is a positive thought process going on. We have been pushing over 7 years. I believe it. When I started working at Pierce, and I have to say, I was appalled, repulsed. Well, you know, the thing of it is, I'm not so easily appalled or grossed out by things, but my bigger concern is what would happen to somebody that, you know, is of Native American origin and would stumble across this. What would this do to their psyche while they're trying to get an education there? I do agree with the removal process. I probably wouldn't care. I don't look at it as, you know, priceless artwork in my eyes. You know, it isn't a Michelangelo, so you know, I got mixed feelings about taking a sledgehammer to things. There are things, I'm an artist myself, I do art, and there are things that I've created and then for whatever reason recreated over it. I do paintings and I've painted over things, so I would like to see the farm come back, and you know, in the local community. I missed the little pumpkin hayride that used to happen during the Halloween Oktoberfest situation that used to go on there. I was really surprised when all of that got canceled. Right? Okay, the last president, Larry Buckley, who fenced them off so that they can't be seen because they are falling apart and may be a hazard. That right there should be the good reason that it is removed. Are you okay, honey?
no.
Are your kidneys working overtime, baby?
Black president spent some months so they can't be seen because they're falling apart and may be a hazard. So he's doing it for.
Yeah. The professor of Native American Studies. He must have been disgusted as well. You know, for me, that's just, you know, the thing of it is I think of their actual plight, how they must have been so misunderstood.
And it's going off like they said about acres of land. You know, it just bothers me because I like here. It's a beautiful college. And then they sell some of it.
Face the camera and talk to the camera.
Then some of the land gets sold to build development.
I don't know. I don't think the land. I don't think any of Pierce College can be sold off.
Towards DeSoto or was the farm that they had at Pierce, was that separately ran? You know, off DeSoto.
Yes, it can be leased.
Okay,
it can be leased, and I think they can lease it, but I don't think you can. I don't think. Buckley was Native American. Okay, and a former president of Pierce College.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't Pierce the largest LEC, like acre-wise? Isn't it the largest in the valley?
I don't know. Dr. Strother or Dr. McKeever, could you answer that question?
I
Is
think
Pierce the largest campus,
acre-wise.
acreage-wise, of Los Angeles Community College District? You know, I think that was a wonderful thing that a former Dr. Buckley was a former president, I think, of Pierce.
Yeah.
Yes, and is also was a Native American and was probably taking steps to at least fence off that
Yeah,
area.
larger than UCLA. Holy,
Excellent.
holy moly, I didn't realize that.
I like that. I need to go through here and start liking all of these comments.
They're not
I'm,
using farmers
I'm
consent.
lacking on some of my duties as the hostess and MC of my show here. But so anyway, I'm glad to know that this is being brought to the attention of the administration at Pierce College, and I'm hoping that something soon can be done about it, and that it will one day be a different.
Environment.
Well,
Not bad.
well, I always thought that it was a very nurturing environment.
What, Pierce?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely.
he was an interim president. I see.
A lot of acres would be used for wonderful.
Local farming. Sure, I would like to. I'd like to see a community farming project go on there. Something, I like that they had wasn't there a farmers market? And
Vintage.
yeah,
Things
but
like every
don't
other-
you? Can't you get eggs? Don't you still get eggs from there? Don't they have a chicken coop?
They do, I think.
They do. Yes.
They have horses, I mean, we all know that.
They've got horses. They've got cattle. So I really do appreciate you guys popping in on this. You are welcome to stay for some of the other topics that we are talking about. Kanye West is running for president. Do you got an opinion about it? Because that is one of our topics. Oh, you're working on that too? So we're going to go ahead and move on to the 4th of July being canceled. Now, I do know Dr. Struthers is posted some pictures. She posted some pictures on Facebook about the fireworks show that she could see from her backyard. Did you see fireworks from your backyard?
I saw them.
I did notice that area of the valley was lit up, even right here in beautiful sunny downtown Van Nuys. I mean, there was fireworks everywhere. So I thought that, number one, I know that fireworks are illegal because we have a fire ecology that goes on not only here in the valley, but all across the southern United States. It's part of the ecology. It will catch on fire, it will burn. Don't let Santa Ana winds catch it, because that fans the flames
Yeah.
and helps it spread for miles and miles. And it's been going on for hundreds of years. So yes, there was a free show not only in Van Nuys and Panorama. I climbed to the rooftop of my apartment building.
Scaled the building.
I scaled the building, yes, like Spider-Woman of some sort. I was up there, and I videotaped. Now I went up there with Brian,
Yeah.
and for the last, I've got a rescue dog that I rescued.
You didn't take him there.
I didn't take him.
Oh,
No,
okay.
of course not. I left him here in the house.
Well,
But he has calmed down so much. He used to be so skittish.
there he is passed out.
He has turned into such a lazy dog. But last year during the fireworks, I think something changed about the way he kind of perceived them, because he was frightened by them, and he got close to me. But then when they kept going off, he decided, okay, it's my job to protect you. So he would literally jump out of the bed and start barking at the fireworks. And he did the same thing this year. So Thank you, Dr. McKeever. It was great having you
Thank
on the
you.
show as a commentary. I appreciate it. Hope to see you soon. All right. So that was fantastic. I really do. Just it brings back such wonderful memories. I loved my time at Pierce College. It was just one of those periods in my life where I really grew in my recovery, you know?
Are they still gonna have in-class sessions?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's all virtual now.
I do think that's a good question. So, Dr. Strother, are classes coming back to Pierce, or has Pierce totally gone online? Is that is that what we are looking at in the way of education? I always knew that schools were heading towards that, especially with the population boom that's going on. But is that what's getting ready to take place here? Are we looking at the virtual classroom being the permanent classroom? That's I think that's a wonderful question. Who knows? But yeah, that's one of the things that
We're totally online through the phone. Oh wow.
totally online through the fall. Even the mechanic. How do you teach auto mechanics through online courses? There's some courses that are just hands on. How do you teach that? Like and art. How do you teach pottery via online? You need
Or yoga or whatever.
well, the yoga I could see online.
Yeah.
That I can see online. But there are some classes I can't see happening online.
Like math.
There might be some small exceptions for classes that have labs of veterinary technology, but our counseling services and almost all classes are online. Better to be safe. Oh, I agree. I totally agree. I keep my contact very limited, to who I will actually be around, I should have checked you for a fever.
I think that's oh yeah, well then, yeah.
Need to be in person. Have those classes been canceled?
Will they have addiction studies online, Charles?
Oh, yeah. They've had it online.
Do they still have it? Yeah, they still have it.
They're doing dancing and music online. I can believe that. That I can believe, I just don't know how you would do your final that way, but that's okay.
Strother.
Yes.
Oh,
So, yeah. Facebook is online too. Yes, it is, honey. It certainly is. It's what saved my life. I know that I was sheltering in place, for 2 months, and I was getting kooky in here. Because you see, I have been talking now for over an hour, just chit-chatting away, non-stop. I would do this all by myself.
Really?
Oh yeah, and one day one of the voices says, why don't you turn the camera on and do this live on Facebook or live on YouTube? And I said, but they'll think I'm crazy. And they say, bitch, you are crazy, And then I said, what did me talking to the voices, I said, what did I say about calling me a bitch? Okay, Duchess. And that's how I came up with the Bougie Duchess, having that little internal conversation with myself, because my mental health is fragile and weak. You push the right button, you never know what kind of craziness is going to come out of me. You've seen it many a times. You've seen it emerge in all kinds of ways. I'm bipolar. I'm schizoaffective. I was in one of my groups the other day, and a friend of mine asked me, how do I get into that particular group? I said, you got to have a psychiatric diagnosis to be in that group. And they said, are you shitting me? I said, is it like a 12-step group? And I said, no, it's not a 12-step group. I was having this conversation with my therapist. My therapist was wanting to know, how do you get into Psychiatric Anonymous? And I said, well, you got to have a diagnosis. Yeah. And she goes, is is it a 12-step program like Alcoholics Anonymous? I said, no, it's not a 12. It's just that they keep your, your anonymity. And it's, for me, it helps, because when I gave up drugs and alcohol, my mental health spiked. It just started to surge, and, when crazy is unchecked with me, it will manifest in so many different ways. And thank God, it does manifest in a very creative kind of way, and a nature and a creative flow. I get artistic, the thought process, I'm never short of ideas.
Instead of destructive, become.
Oh, it can be destructive, honey. Give me a gas can and a match. It can get destructive. But anyway, so we're a little off topic here, and we're talking about my mental health, which is never on the menu. And so let's get back to the 4th of July being canceled, okay? So I know that the reason they canceled it is because of COVID-19.
Yeah.
It wasn't canceled for any other reason. They're trying to prevent people from gathering in close proximity, and possibly because of these movements where there was a big spread. The COVID-19 spiked here in California. It spiked in Texas.
Since the bars
Yeah.
reopened.
Well, many of my girlfriends in Texas.
But you can't blame it on the bars.
Well, you can blame it on whatever you want to blame it on. Look, I'm going to tell you something about a virus. It does not know a restriction.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't know race, orientation,
No.
gender.
It is opportunistic.
Yeah.
It is looking for an opportunity. And a 4th of July event is an opportunity. So I made the mistake, my sponsor had called me and told me, because I'm not really connecting really well with online meetings. And he said, well, they're having meetings in a park where you can socially distance, you can wear your mask, and you could do meetings there. And I said, oh, okay, let me give that a try. Well, I show up at a meeting, and as soon as I step out of the car, right there on the ground, there's a used syringe.
Oh, yeah.
Just laying there on the ground, and I'm like, holy shit, what kind of meeting is this, And I'm thinking to myself, this is a park where people bring their children. And now here I am, I'm looking at a syringe on the ground, and I don't know. So me and my friend, we were the only 2 people wearing a mask. Everybody else is congregating and chit-chatting with each other, and they're not wearing masks. And I'm not feeling good about this event. Yes, to prevent overwhelming hospitals. The hospitals are overwhelmed now. Are you kidding? It is. You're absolutely right. It's going to get even worse with the hospital situation going on. And I have a friend of mine that works at the David Sanchez, just started working over there at Cedars. I ran into him the last time me and Brian went there to get tested for COVID-19. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to have to run over there and get tested for COVID-19 because I've got a surgery that's scheduled. That's why I'm trying to be so careful about who I come into contact with. So, for me, it's very, very important.
And the hard part about COVID is you can be negative one day and positive.
Oh, I said that. I have said that time and time again. That's my little stress ball that helps me deal with stress. But yeah, so I looked at my friend. We were both wearing masks, and we were trying to socially distance. I saw a couple of people I knew. I said hello from a distance. They weren't wearing masks, and I'm thinking
people was it?
They were crazy. There was probably upwards of 80 people in this huge. It was a huge park, though. It was an open air park.
For the meeting.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about, in the meeting. Because all the meetings, all the in-person meetings here in the valley have been canceled. It's a horrible disease. Some of my students have had it, and all they say is tell your students to be safe, and you don't want this. I agree. Nobody wants this. You know, I'm trying to be as careful as I can. You should see how many of these masks I've got. I use them like they're underwears. A fresh one every single day. You
Are they
know.
cloth or the medical ones?
Well, no, I have a couple of the medical ones, but I have a bunch of the cloth ones that that I use. They're the double cotton ones, and
Do you wash them?
I do wash them. I wash them with a little bit of Fabuloso and some bleach to kill any kind of bacteria. But I know that if I can smell my breath in it, it traps whatever comes out of my mouth in it. I know that while I'm breathing through it, it's trapping all kinds of pollutants there. So, I mean, I use it for when I go out, and then once I come back home, that mask is done. That's the way I think of it. Yes, I've got matching mask to mask. They match not only my outfits, my bra and panties, if I so choose to wear them.
Have you gotten Bo a mask yet?
Bo does have a mask. He's got a muzzle. He used to wear a muzzle for 2 years. Fabuloso, yes, I love the Fabuloso.
I think you should get tested every 2 weeks, and I feel like you're.
I would like to be able to go and get tested every 2 weeks.
I feel like if you're out there, I feel like your employer should provide it.
Well,
That's a hit or miss.
yeah, I think that there's enough free testing going on. I know that there's some testing over here in Arleta that's free testing. I'll find it for you. I got an email of it's going to be free testing till July 11th. You just drive up, they give you a little number, and you check it online 3 days later. So it's in Arleta. So
When you got tested, when did your results back? The same day or?
okay, well, Emma asked how often should we test and retest. Personally, I would like to do it once a week, but I haven't, I just make sure that as long as I'm not coughing and as long as I'm not running a fever. I do know that people can be symptomatic and actually be infected with it and be spreading it, not knowing that they're spreading it. That part of it is problematic. So, but real soon here, I'm going to be getting tested and checking it out, and,
Was it the oral or the nasal?
I have no idea.
No, your test. When you got a test, was it the swab?
It was the nasal.
Oh, I got the swab.
Yeah. Okay. So, it was the nasal. So,
I know CVS is offering it, but the thing is, a lot of these.
how much is it at CVS? Every CVS?
It's online. You have to look. I'll send you the link.
Oh, okay. So, I know CVS. There we go. So now
The thing is,
CVS.
though, they're full, and I tried doing the survey a couple of times, seeing what the answers match up, and they basically said, like, unless you have, like,
Every place I know wants to make sure that you have some type of symptom before you get tested. If you don't have a symptom, but then I don't understand, how are you going to stop it if you're not doing tracking through people that are asymptomatic? That's my bigger concern. If you're not, because there are people walking around, they have it, they just they don't have any symptoms, so they're asymptomatic, and these are the individuals that are spreading it like wildfire. It's like the ember that had caught the Santa Ana wind,
And you know what's so scary?
Decided I don't need to test again unless I have some kind of contact with humans, which so far I haven't had any. I see. But what about your little kitties? Are your kitties running around the neighborhood?
What about Bob?
Oh, you have family members that don't believe in COVID-19 and they got sick and still deny. Well, that is just like a Latino. You see? You take me to the doctors and look what I caught. COVID-19. Before I went to the doctor, I had nothing. Now I go to the doctor and I have COVID-19. So, anyway. It's hard for you to sit still, isn't it, honey?
Just say hi to Bob.
Oh, he loves the dog. Good afternoon, David. Welcome to the show. So we're starting to wrap up on the topic of 4th of July it being canceled, and we're blaming it on COVID-19 and not President Trump.
Well, in the city of Lancaster, I saw yesterday.
Oh yeah, they had the fireworks show in Lancaster. They did. They defied Governor Newsom's orders. You know.
Even the city attorney there was like, "Oh, we may get a misdemeanor, but."
A misdemeanor. Hey, did it get fuzzy there all of a sudden? What's going on here with my camera?
I said the wrong word in that.
You said the wrong. That's it. You said the wrong thing. You know, I was having trouble the other day with I was filming something about, you know, I used to run the Miss Gay Universe pageant, and so I was filming something on, you know, the Miss Gay Universe pageant, and some of my friends from Texas, and Lindsay Adams, and Ivana Trump, and you know, I was talking adamantly about it, and then all of a sudden my internet connection started screwing up, either the internet connection or I don't know if Donald is like spying on me. I'd like to think I am not that important, you know, but all of a sudden it just went dead. And I was like, holy shit. So, you know, but I posted, did you see the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted it to my YouTube, just the death threats are a sign that you are getting clout. Well, I told him, I said, yeah, you just come on by. I got a dog for you, you know. So that's, you know, that's it's because all of a sudden, you know, it happened in less than 2 weeks. I had maybe about 1,200 friends, and then within 2 weeks, when I started the YouTube channel, my friends went from 1,200 to 5,000, and so now, you know, it's just my YouTube thing is just public now.
Yep.
So yeah, now I'm trying to get everybody to go from my Facebook account over to my YouTube channel, and so I can monetize things on YouTube, because in that way I start getting a check for all of this chattering that comes out of this crazy woman this way. So now it's 12:44. We're coming into the home stretch here, Justin. We got 16 more minutes of this, and we're going to start wrapping it up. So now my favorite topic. We're going to talk about Donnie Trump and you know, this guy is really kind of creative.
He's an idiot.
In the way, no. See, we cannot discount him that way into believing that he's an idiot. He's a very smart businessman.
He is.
In
I'll give you that.
business and marketing,
Yeah.
this man is a genius.
I'll give you that.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so this is you know, even though I don't think Kanye has the kind of clout that
Wait,
it
who are you
takes.
talking about?
Well, we're talking about Donald Trump, but Donald Trump and Kanye West are friends.
Yeah, of course.
They are friends, okay? And Kanye is going to want to run on a Democratic ticket. So what is he trying to do here? He's trying to split the Democratic Party. See, and all of that is going to be so okay with the Donald, you know, because nobody is getting on the Republican ticket but Donald. You don't unseat an incumbent. The Republican Party is not going to do it. That's just the way it goes when you're dealing with politics. The incumbent always gets the ticket. So Kanye's going to try and run on the Democratic ticket.
Is it for sure Democrat ticket?
It's the only ticket available.
Oh.
He could run on independent. He could run as an independent. You know, I think that the Democratic Party, come this November, will pick their candidate. It'll be Biden.
Yeah. I think Biden has a strong chance.
Yeah. So if Kanye wants to go to distance, he's going to have to run as an
Who do you
independent.
think his VP will be?
I don't know.
Biden.
I don't know who his VP will be.
I think probably Kamala Harris.
I would like for it to be a woman of color. That would
Or
be
Stacey Abrams.
that would be nice.
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama has already voiced her opinion. She is not interested in screwing with her family in such
Wendy
a way.
Williams. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Wendy Williams. That, yeah, she would be good at any time. Yeah.
I feel like I'll put it this way, I feel like ever since his mom died,
Yeah.
he's never been the same. He's never been the same, that was his mother.
I think that's part of growing, though.
Yeah.
I think that's part of growing.
But they always-
when my mom died, I was 3 years old when she died.
Yeah.
I was never the same.
Yeah.
Things change, and they always change. And then after my mother died, my father's best thinking, is he a genius or just filthy rich? He had money to start with and built on that. That's the one on the main problem. Only whites like him have had the means to production. Is he a genius or filthy rich? I think it's I like that, Latrice. I think he's got a lot of that going
Did
on.
you hear about Donnie Jr.'s girlfriend?
No, I haven't
She
heard.
tested positive for COVID.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh God, I hope she gives it to the whole family.
She got it in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Did she?
Yeah.
During his little, yeah.
And she's been in contact, obviously, with the. Did you know that Donald Trump Jr., you know who he was married to?
Written all over him. Oh, who?
Do you know who she was married to?
No.
Gavin Newsom, years ago.
Oh, you're kidding.
Donald Trump Jr. But this was years and years ago before he had kids. It was like 15 plus years ago they were married.
He's dating somebody that old?
Robin? Yeah.
Donnie Trump
Yeah.
Jr. is dating somebody that old.
Yeah, she was married to Gavin Newsom years ago.
Okay. Well, that's kind of interesting.
Which makes me think it's okay.
Yes, I believe Kanye has Republican written all over him.
Do you think there's some mental, not saying that obviously he's mentally ill because he's running for president, but do you think that he has bipolar, they think, or?
Okay, so this is what I do believe about people with mental health issues, okay? And I don't know about his mental health
Yeah,
issues.
of course.
So I'm not going to comment publicly on his mental health issues. But I do believe that some of our most creative and smartest individuals have mental
Like
health
Albert
issues.
Einstein.
Albert Einstein didn't speak a word until he was 5 years old. Obviously, a mental health issue. He had nothing to say to nobody, not even his mother, until he was 5. And do I think it's problematic? It depends, I think it's environmental. I think it's nurture. I think it's nature. I think, there's a lot of factors that are involved in mental health issues that make it
And someone
narcissistic personality disorder.
Someone I know said this too. It's like when you're artist and entertainment, if you're giving so much to the audience, you're not giving enough back to yourself. Then that's not like what you give to the audience, you also have to give back to yourself. Because they can say they love you, changed my life. At the end of the day, you need to give that back to yourself.
I just remember Donald Trump when he was doing The Apprentice. The whole highlight of that show built up to the fact that he would crush somebody's dream by calling them into a boardroom and saying, "You're fired." And he even tried trademarking, because see, that's what that man does, is he trademarks things. Tried trademarking the terminology, "You're fired." And that's when he learned that you cannot trademark words that are in the dictionary. Your is in the dictionary, fired is in the dictionary.
Well, that's weird
You
because
can't-
Paris Hilton trademarked That's Hot.
She didn't trademark "That's Hot." She trademarked "That's Hot" in some kind. It had to be in some type of context. You cannot just trademark words that exist. So, let's get ready to rumble. That was trademarked, but it was trademarked based on the way that it sounds. So there's a sound that went with the words. She trademarked "That's Hot" based on probably the way that it sounds. Like music. There's, you can't trademark each individual word in music,
Yeah.
but you
Well,
put it together in a certain form with a certain lyric and beat and blah blah blah, and now you've got a trademarkable product.
well, the Rolling Stones and Tom Petty obviously not here anymore, but his team they want to sue Trump or threaten lawsuits for using their music out
Sure.
without permission.
Now that's a trademark. So that's the thing that was complicated about trademark law. It is a very complicated situation. And when I had the Miss Gay Universe pageant, he buried me.
I read it online actually.
Yeah, he buried me.
In 1999.
Yeah, he buried me. I mean,
Did you see him face to face?
I don't want to talk about it, but yes, he's not a nice guy, and and he he'll drown you in a lawsuit until you cannot breathe or survive anymore, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Right now I've got the Bougie Duchess. I know nobody else is interested in being the Bougie Duchess. Yay for me, Eventually I'll start a little product line. I'll start hopefully maybe some makeup line or something like that, and I'll find my little corner of the sky, kind of like have you ever heard of Pippin? Have you ever heard the play Pippin?
Yeah.
Yes, and gotta find my corner of the sky, So I, am looking for that little place, and I think I have found that with the Bougie Duchess, and I'm grateful for that. And
Well, it's also Kanye's also connected with Kardashians, by marriage. So I wonder how they think about this.
I don't know anything about the Calabasians.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't, whatever,
I just
Also, one, trademark image, that mother, that Kris Kardashian, honey, that woman, or Kris Jenner, or whoever
That's
she,
whatever
she is, she's a smart woman.
She is.
And she marketed her daughters, and
Pawn them off.
she made her fortune. God bless her.
Because I read online, she gets a 10% cut in everything they do.
Yeah.
Or 25, 10 to 25%.
Whatever. She
Whatever.
deserves that. She worked
And I
hard.
have heard though from people she is a nice person. In person, she's very nice.
But I bet you yank her chain a little bit, and you've got a bitch on your hands.
But my thing is though, it's like, how much longer do they have?
Oh well, they're already middle aged.
Well, I'm talking about like their TV show. It's been on for like 27 years already.
Really, it's been on that long? No, it's been on a while.
No, it's been on since for like 12 years. No, 14 years.
Yeah, that's a long time. I don't know if I could. Well, I live with a camera in my house right at the moment, so
But the problem with reality shows is you can't break the fourth wall. You have to act like the camera's aren't there.
Oh, well, no, I know the camera's here. I talk to the camera sometimes, and I'm glad that you guys come in and join us, and that you're part of the conversation. I acknowledge that you're there. When you guys have questions or you state something, I say something back. I realize that this mental health situation with Kanye might exclude him from possibly being a president. I think every single president should probably be, under the care of a therapist. I know Donnie isn't under the care of a therapist, and I do agree with Elizabeth that he suffers a narcissistic personality disorder.
And when he loses, they're probably have to call the military, and he didn't now. He's not gonna want it. He's not gonna want to leave like that. And I bet Melania, whatever it is, I bet she has a divorce paper in the vault.
In the vault. You think she'll divorce him?
Yeah.
I don't think she will.
You know what?
She's got it kind of cushy.
I do have to say though, maybe they do seem like they're in love. I mean, it's not like
I don't even know anything about that relationship.
No one does.
I have no idea. I know that I'm a duchess and he's got a kid named Baron. That's all I know.
That's another thing, like they shouldn't, I may not like him. I feel like he should never drag his young son into it.
I'm grateful that the news doesn't do too much bashing on the kid. The
Yeah.
other kids, they're old enough they can take it. They've got that. If they don't have that kind of alligator skin, that armor skin,
Oh, it's
that,
2 minutes.
yeah, they should have developed it, and yeah, I really do believe that that's what it is. So we are wrapping up the show. I want to thank you guys for joining us on the Hot Topics. My co-host today, Justin, who couldn't sit still very long. He swears he can, but
unless I'm getting paid.
it's all good unless he's getting paid.
No, I'm kidding.
That's just like a hooker. We'll call him Stormy from now on.
Tongue of the gods.
Yeah, the tongue of the gods. So, and I'm Francesca Oz, the Bougie Duchess, and I want to thank you guys for joining us today. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Many of you already have, and I appreciate that. And
Get out and vote.
Get out and vote this November. I think it's going to be a simple thing. It'll be a mail-in ballot. Please, even if you're voting for Kanye West, oh God, if you vote for him. But okay, whatever the deal is, vote. Be heard. It's important.
And if you put another candidate in the ballot, mail-in ballot, that goes towards Trump.
Where did the Bougie Duchess come from? That was a mental health issue for me, It was
your alter ego.
It was, yes, an alter ego that got let out of the head all of a sudden.
You know what you should do?
What should I do?
A TED Talk.
A TED Talk. I could ramble, honey. I can ramble. So anyway.
Thank you, Emma.
Yes. You know Emma.
Do I?
You do know Emma. Emmanuel.
Oh, okay.
You remember him.
Yeah.
All right. It is 1 o'clock. Thank you guys for joining us. Bougie Duchess out. Alrighty. Go to live producer and